Alright, with this segment we're going to get you a little familiar with tuning, making a big synchro monster. And for this, you're going to need 4 cards, which will be 2 monster cards, Flame Belt Archer and Warrior Digrapher again. Okay, now, set the Flame Belt Archer in your graveyard, please. Okay, the 2 other cards will be, of course, your synchro monster. Looks like this, like it's like transfer. Face down in your extra deck zone. And Monster Born. Regular spell card. Alright. Your opponent's monster, Breaker, he has 1900 attack. Under the spell counter on him. The dice will be the spell counter. And that card, Book of Moon. Okay. Alright. Here we go. I want Monster Born and Grepher in your hand. It's your turn. Okay, so you get to go. What I want you to do is I want you to normal summon Grepher in attack mode. Okay. And then what you do is you Monster Born, which is a special summon, your Flame Belt Archer from the graveyard, and now when you use Monster Born you can special summon it in defense mode or attack mode. It's pretty safe to just to play it safe, defense mode. Okay. Now, after you Monster Reborn him, he is a tuner monster, and remember you need them in order to put together your synchro monsters, okay? Now, after you get the 2 monsters out on the field, you declare that you're synchro summoning. You say something like, I tune, or I synchro summon for, and then you put them together, like I showed in the demonstration. You send them to the graveyard. You go to your extra deck, and then you special summon your synchro monster, either in attack mode or defense mode, whichever the situation calls for. So, since she has 2400 attack and she has 19, you would summon her in attack mode and attack and destroy the breaker. Now, reset. Flame Belt Archer in the graveyard, Monster Reborn and Grepher in your hand. You normal summon your Grepher. You activate Monster Reborn. You special summon your Flame Belt Archer from the graveyard out onto the field. Now, when you go to tune this time, your opponent interrupts you by activating Book of Moon on your Grepher. And you know what Book of Moon does. Flips it face down. Okay? Now, this poses a problem when you're going for a synchro monster, because in order to do this, both monsters have to be face up for you to tune or to synchro summon. So that just stops the synchro summon right there, which is why you bring this guy out in defense mode. He has far less attack than Breaker. He only has 1000. Breaker has 1900. Sorry. Okay. Whew. Now, you're not allowed to flip this guy face up, because I know I said you can flip summon as many times as you want, but that's only if you haven't changed the battle position of your monster, or summoned your monster, or set your monster. It was already normal summoned, so its battle position was decided once already. He has to stay face down. Now, during your opponent's turn, he would probably attack and destroy the tuner monster, because, I mean, if you have another normal monster in your hand, you can just go through the same process again, and they might not necessarily be able to stop it this time around. So, or, hey, you could even have another tuner monster in your hand and be like, ha ha ha, I'm going to do it anyways, normal summon, flip summon, since you already waited a whole turn, and then tune them for your big beefy monster. But anyways, yeah, so I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of how to tune for a monster or synchro for a monster. They're really powerful, but as you can see, they can also be easily stopped. Like I said, they've sped up the game quite a bit. So if you can run them, try to run them. Some decks don't run them and they're really successful, as I said before, but yeah, that's it for this segment, and tuning, synchroing, and using the big white monsters in your extra deck zone.